Hey guys, good morning. Red, black greetings. This is Flamengo. Good afternoon, right? We even lose track of time. We get amazed by everything that's happening. A historic moment for Flamengo. Flamengo managing to repeat the 2019 season with the Carioca title, with the Libertadores, with the Brazilian championships. But there's more. Flamengo is still the reigning champion of both the Copa do Brasil and the Supercopa. So that's 5 titles for Felipe Luis in just over a year. And he can surpass Jorge Jesus by also winning the Recopa. The Supercopa would be his second Supercopa. Jorge Jesus stayed at 5 titles, so they're tied, and Felipe Luis could surpass him with an incredible record. Strong defense helped Flamengo overcome challenges. They have the tiebreaker, the Club World Cup. Wasn't that the pact Jorge Jesus made in the locker room when Felipe was there? We are going to come back and we are going to win. That's going to happen. Now, Flamengo has the chance to do it again. In fact, Paris Saint-Germain is not having a great moment. They've been losing games in the French league. They're already in second place. And there, they've been overtaken by Monaco. We have the issue of superstition. Leo Pereira talked about it yesterday, about the broken trophy and all that. And we know that all of this, I'm really into superstition. So all of this brings Flamengo even closer to a possible victory. There's no pressure or obligation. We know that a Club World Cup is a plus, an extra for a squad that has already done a fantastic job. Winning the Derby of the Americas won, and the Challenger titles no other Brazilian has, would be very important. Flamengo would be the first to have the Derby of the Americas and the Challenger, and then you get the chance to win the Club World Cup too, which would be fantastic. So I'm really excited. I think Flamengo is going through a great moment with coach Felipe Luis breaking records and achieving impressive numbers. He won't reach Jorge Jesus' 90 points, but he comes in with more chances. I'll tell you, he comes in with more chances to win the Club World Cup than that Jorge Jesus team. They went to extra time and nearly beat Liverpool. I'll explain why I think that. I want to remind you that we always have to play responsibly. It's for people over 18. Fun is not an investment. Thank you for the kindness, always with our guests. Yeah, yesterday, Jonathan Azevedo Nege Black went to Maracana, where everyone was, including the Paparazzo channel. We posted our video there showing everything that happened. Besides that, I wanted to let you know that you can secure your million picks today. And remember that tomorrow there's the top prize. So what do? You buy points from a benefits club, and with this benefits club, you can exchange them for products, experiences, and much more. And then, my friends, you join a benefits club and your intention is products, experiences, and everything else. But you get a bonus. You receive lucky numbers to participate in amazing prize draws, including 1 million reais. Tomorrow at 9 post meridiem, there's also an instant prize of up to 20,000 reais in Raspol. If you win, your money is sent instantly via Pix, letting you compete for more prizes in Pix do Milhão. Let me remind you, this is important. You still have time to secure your spot in the Intercontinental Cup. It's cheaper and the final is easier. Is it worth going to all the games? Yes, because you never know if Flamengo will make it. So, if you want to at least see one guaranteed Flamengo game, there's no way to guarantee that Flamengo will make it to the final or the semi. To guarantee seeing at least one Flamengo game in the Intercontinental Cup, attend all 3 or at least the first one, already against Cruz Azul next Wednesday. Yeah, it's pricey, Paparazzo Rubro-Negro, but check Aroldo's Caravan for packages. Call them, they'll help, and you won't regret it. The service is amazing. Aroldo's Caravan service. I'll leave their WhatsApp here so you can get in touch. Well, let's go. I was talking here about why Flamengo. I think Flamengo enters this Club World Cup in better shape than they did in the previous one with Jorge Jesus' team. I still think the main team, the starting lineup, played better than this team with Felipe Luis. Okay? But today we have Arrascaeta, who's in a better phase than Arrasca was in 2019. But let's go. That Jorge Jesus team worked like clockwork. So that team, the starting lineup was better. But why I think Flamengo has a chance? Because I don't think it's much better. That's it. Look, it's like 0.5. It's a minimal difference, okay? Jorge Jesus's and Felipe Luis's teams are very close. And we have an important factor. Arrasca at his best in his prime, and Flamengo with a better squad. Flamengo today has two teams. They didn't have that then. Remember, Lincoln came in and missed the goal. So Flamengo didn't have a bench. Okay, it was Lincoln, Renier, and so on. Flamengo didn't have a bench. Today, Flamengo often has a starting lineup, a national team on the bench, a national team with national team players on the bench. So Flamengo even has a third team. Some players could start for any team in Brazil. Just so you have an idea, today Flamengo is arriving much more prepared for this Club World Cup. Are we supposed to talk here about José Luis Boto's response? My wife is laughing because I confused Felipe Luis with José Boto. I meant to say José Boto, but I said José Luis Boto. What a joke. Well, let's talk here about José Boto's response to the crybaby, to the bad guy. The loser, Abel Ferreira, is Abel Ferreira. He did really badly. I think that the guy needs to know how to win and lose. And Abel Ferreira didn't know how to lose. Okay, look, let's go.
I'll say this. For me, as your coach, for me, Abel Ferreira, only those I want can fool me.
Look at that, huh?
Yes, we lost. Yes, we were runners-up, actually. This year we were runners-up in almost every competition. Yeah, but did you see that kiss I gave the medal? That was a kiss on Palmeiras' medal. I'm proud to be at and support Palmeiras. There are no asterisks. We win, we lose, we play badly, but I'm proud to be from Palmeiras. There are no asterisks on our titles.
There are no asterisks on the titles. We play within
the field as much as we can.
You're ridiculous, man. You're ridiculous. You're ridiculous. Many times you
heard people say that this is against everything and everyone.
Flamengo fought against everyone. Abel, you lost 16 points to referee errors. Ridiculous. You're saying Flamengo's title has an asterisk when Palmeiras has been winning with Palmeiras for years and Flamengo is the greatest of all. You have to swallow it. Hater, go cry in bed. It's warmer there. And what about José Luis Boto's answer, the one I just joked about? José Boto's answer to this sore loser, this terrible loser, was the following. A lot of work. Look at that. José Boto posted a lot of work, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of resilience. No asterisk. Do you know why there's no asterisk? Because here Flamengo doesn't have any fax titles. And let's do this. Let's count Palmeiras' fax titles. Even so, Flamengo still has two more. And I'm really happy to see the profiles here. For example, 365 score posted here. Look, they posted the titles. Who is the greatest in Brazil? The greatest in Brazil, there it is. You have to deal with Flamengo. Flamengo, look at this. Look now, Flamengo is the biggest champion in Brazil. But Flamengo surpassed Palmeiras by 2 titles with this Libertadores and the Brazilian Championship. How do they calculate who is the greatest in Brazil? It's all the titles, not counting state and regional championships. Flamengo has 4 Libertadores titles, 9 Brazilian championships, 5 Brazil Cups, 3 Super Cups, a Club World Cup, and a Recopa Mundial. Palmeiras has 3 Libertadores titles, 1 Recopa, 1 Super Cup, and 4 Brazil Cups. They say it here, right? They counted 1 through 9, then added 3 more by fax, okay? They say there are 12, counting 3 by fax, when Dunero, a Palmeiras fan and former executive, became Brazilian Football Confederation president. He gave those titles, which were actually less important than Rio. São Paulo, what Brazil Cup? Back then, there were just a few teams, yet he won 2 titles in 1 year. Have you seen that before? Palmeiras has it. So Flamengo has already surpassed Palmeiras by a lot and can surpass them even more. Flamengo plays the Recopa, Supercopa, Club World Cup, Challenger Cup, and Derby of the Americas early in the year. Flamengo can surpass Palmeiras by 7 titles by February. Flamengo now leads by 2 with 23 to Palmeiras 21, and they're desperate. But let's talk only about national titles. Copa do Brasil, Copa dos Campeões, Supercopa Brasileiro. Let's talk. Flamengo has reached the same 18 national titles as Palmeiras, counting only national titles, not just important titles. And Flamengo can surpass them already in the Supercopa at the beginning of the year. And then Flamengo surpasses Palmeiras in everything, in every kind of title. And there's this, right? Yeah, they don't have Abel. Let's note that Palmeiras was relegated twice, while Flamengo never was. Palmeiras was also runner-up to Flamengo twice this year, right? Let's play this song here, Smooth Operator. How does it go?
Take that, Palmeiras.
My son liked that one. Bro, he fell asleep with me singing, Take That, Palmeiras.
Take that, Palmeiras.
Look, let me bring you some other news. The transfer market is getting busy now too, right? But first, I wanted to mention Bayern, right? Yeah. He praised them, Flamengo, our rival in the Club World Cup, who eliminated Flamengo. Even Flamengo joked with them the other day. That's right. Every week you try. Now asking Flamengo is really huge, right? Congratulations on winning the Brasileirão Flamengo, okay? So Bayern is congratulating them, right? And our foreign players too. Look, they're so happy with the Libertadores Cup, with the Brasileirão Cup, Flamengo repeating 2019. And man, like I told you yesterday, I invited Neg Black Jonathan Azevedo to the Ganhei Very Important Person box, right? It was amazing. He was there with Pose and others. Let's check it out. Look.
Ooh, real talk. Ooh, real talk.
Look at that. Look at the pose. Suck it, Palmeiras, bro. Suck it. Palmeiras, it's over. It's over. Arasca, that's insane. Jonathan, hello, Dad. Black went crazy with Mango's title, right? Awesome. And look, Felipe Luis is getting close to Jorge Jesus's numbers, okay? That's 85 games, 55 wins, 20 draws, 10 losses, 5 titles, 150 goals scored, 52 goals conceded, and Jorge Jesus has 58 games. Felipe Luis has played nearly 30 more games than Jorge Jesus, with 44 wins, but still has fewer wins than Jorge Jesus. Actually, no, Felipe has more wins. He already has 11 more wins than Jorge Jesus. He hasn't surpassed him. When it comes to titles, there are 10 draws, 4 losses. Jorge Jesus had fewer losses, and he has 5 titles. The same, Felipe Luis has 18 assists. Jorge Jesus leads 150 to 132 with goals conceded at 48 for Jesus and 52 for Felipe Luis. But Felipe Luis already has almost 30 more matches. Felipe Luis's defense is far superior to Jorge Jesus's. Those are some impressive numbers. We're going to bring them here now as well, man. Mixed zone for you guys. I just wanted to bring some information here from the mixed zone that Rafa Lamelo got for us yesterday. Subscribe to Rafa Lamelo as well, bringing you some important news here. Flamengo will take the under-20 team and coach Bruno Pivetti for the match against Mirassol. All right then, is Flamengo already preparing for the trip to the Club World Cup, to the Intercontinental? And with that, Bruno Pivetti is the one who takes the under-20 team to face Mirassol. You could visit the airport, take a regular flight, and look around there. I'm not sure if they have it since Palmeiras is pretty minimal. There's no store. If Palmeiras has a store in São Paulo, take the Flamengo players there and play Chupa Palmeira. That video would be epic. And Lou, also bringing up that Flamengo's fans have already organized the Aeroflot. All right, we want the world again. The Aeroflot for the Club World Cup is going to be one of the biggest Aeroflots of all time. Maybe the biggest in the world, the biggest for Flamengo, the biggest in history. So Saturday, December 6th at noon, Flamengo will be leaving for the Club World Cup on Saturday itself. So Saturday at noon at the Bus Rapid Transit Fundão Terminal, Flamengo already has the boarding time and the Aeroflot time. So it's at noon at the same place where they celebrated before. December 6th, Flamengo asked us to let everyone know. They spent more than 30,000 reais on repairs to the bus that the fans got on and everything. There's major concern about how many people are attending this worldwide Aeroflot event because the technicians who took care of the bus repair gave us the information that the structure isn't made to support the weight of a lot of people up there. And if that gives way, it could cause very serious problems for the players. And then the players, for God's sake, right? Knock on wood, they might miss the World Cup. So, guys, let's do this. Let's celebrate. Let's wave our flags, but let's avoid getting on the bus. Do you know why? Because it can really cause a very serious problem for Flamengo's players. This is a concern because they said that the structure damaged the last bus. If that had given way, it would have been a tragedy. So, guys, let's avoid it because it's not right. Look at how many people are on top of the bus. Look at how many people are on top of the bus. It's not right, okay? I'm not saying this to criticize. The Flamengo fan, the party they throw is beautiful. The Flamengo fan, they give us goosebumps. But it's really important for us to do it very carefully because we don't want to harm our players, right? And they loved it. Most of the players enjoyed it, taking pictures. It's dangerous because the structure can't support that many people. I don't know if it will help for us to say something, but I hope it reaches everyone. And maybe the police will need to set up a barrier there, just like they did with the sound truck, right? For the fans' own good. Because if that gives way, everyone gets hurt. Look, but it's going to be amazing, huh? Bringing here that, according to the Fish Agents Net portal, Flamengo wants to sign Griezmann. Man, Flamengo wants to sign Griezmann. Look at this, look. So the board understands that bringing in a player of this level would represent a huge leap in the sports project. Besides the media impact, the club sees the Frenchman as an athlete capable of making a difference in big games and raising the team's level both inside and outside the country. Griezmann is considered the ideal name to lead the attack in this new phase of the club. One of the things that most attracts the striker is the presence of Filipe Luis as the head coach. The coach, a former Atletico de Madrid teammate of Griezmann, has a strong relationship with him, which could help persuade him to come to Rio. In addition, in the locker room, the Frenchman would reunite with old acquaintances like Samuel, Lino, and Saul, which would create a trusting environment and make his adaptation easier. What about the others during this major change at the end of his career? Man, are you guys crazy? Are you out of your mind? Griezmann, man. If Flamengo actually signs Griezmann, seriously, man, he's 34 years old, but he can play until he's 37. He's one of the greatest stars in world soccer. He's one of the greatest stars in world soccer. If Flamengo actually signs Griezmann, honestly, I won't even talk about handing over the trophies because the trophies are already there. Flamengo is already winning. But seriously, my brother, we're talking about dominance, winning everything for 3 years straight without stopping. My friends, Griezmann is a monster, okay? At 34 years old, he's going to turn 35 at the beginning of this year. I think he can play for 2 more years easily at Flamengo, okay? I think for us, man, he would be an excellent choice. It's already coming out everywhere here. Now we know he's a player who needs no introduction, right? Needs no introduction, valued at 12 million euros. Yeah, I don't know how his transfer would go, but hey, they're my friends. A striker, just imagine, Pedro Griezmann. Yeah, man, you might have another striker coming in there too, all of a sudden, right? Tati Castellanos, man, you gotta be kidding me. That name is just perfect for me. Griezmann, that's like, as I said, keep the trophies coming, right? Just hand them over, keep the trophies coming. And Flamengo made fun of John Textor, which I thought was spectacular, right? And John Textor had asked and talked, right, in that press conference, including that that they had to make up for the loss, right? That the clubs had to go after the trophies, right? Yeah, come get them, come take them. They're here, come take them. And John Textor is now simply Flamengo took it and brought it and even took more, right? Besides the Libertadores from Brazil, he took others too. Yeah, it's John Textor. It's gotten hard for you to keep up with this Mengo. It'll be tough. I'll leave you here with the mixed zone. Actually, it was on the field, right? There wasn't a mixed zone. I'll leave you here with these amazing interviews. And I'm leaving too. I'm inviting you to follow Placar. We're going live here on Placar now, right? I'm inviting you to join us for the Placar show. New time, Placar open, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You'll be watching this video here. It should still be going on. Then you can go straight to Placa. We're together. Subscribe, enable notifications, and like the video. Red and black greetings. This is Flamengo with interviews from Rafa Flamengo's field. Subscribe there too. It's unique.
Right. And I think that winning the title is, of course, 2019 was the peak, right? Without a doubt. But the other years, like 2022, I got injured, right? But I was part of it in the first stage, and now I was able to help once again. So man, each year was different. It was a different phase, and of course, the moment was unique. It was very important for me to win this title, so I'm very happy. And of course, I can't say the exact moment, but 2019 was better. Can you retire at Flamengo? Oh, without a doubt. Azulero asked me over there about one more year of contract with Flamengo and said there are 2 more years ahead. I told him, I don't know. I think my wish is to finish here at Flamengo, and I think that moment is coming. At the end of playing, is this your last year with Flamengo? And who knows, maybe you'll hang up your boots. Will he come back for the World Cup then? Bruno, of course, the World Cup is the most important. We know it's very difficult, so man, anything can happen. We're going there to be able to... It's to pursue this title. The most important thing is not to lose focus, right? Because the teams we're going to face are very strong in their own leagues. So with humility and respect, but knowing that it's Flamengo stepping onto the field and we're going to go for it.
And here, one more, huh? King of Cups, huh?
One more. Happy because it was at home, here, with our fans, which is always special.
I have a question for you. Is this your best season or was it 2019?
It's hard to talk about that, yeah, but they were winning years, and I'm happy because I finished the year with 2 cups that actually are very prestigious.
All set for the World Cup.
Not yet. Now it's time to rest a little more, without the rush, since we have to prepare for these games, which are gonna be really tough.
Congratulations.
Look, I'm really happy that we were able to accomplish what we wanted, you know? It's been a year since the election now, next week on the 9th, and we had already been working hard for 2 months before that, right? The plan had already been set since October of last year. And a lot of work, a lot of dedication, a lot of professionalism. It's total and complete dedication. Unlike amateurs getting involved in the day-to-day, Flamengo is not a place for guesswork. There's no guesswork here. Everything is based on given facts. And I'm very happy with the quality of people's work and a fundamental ingredient in life, which is passion. Without passion, there's no solution. So Boto's passion, Felipe's passion, my partners, the professionals we brought to the club. So together, it's all like a samba school parade, right? There are several aspects. Flamengo performed well on the Avenue and won the championship. I'm very happy, and there's more ahead. In 26.
President, at the beginning of the year, there was some controversy that Flamengo was going to prioritize the competition B. In your first year as president, did you imagine winning the 2 main titles?
Yes, of course, we planned for that. I always said that our priority was the Brazilian Championship and the Libertadores. Actually, the Brazilian Championship offers more prize money than the Libertadores. So we did exactly what we expected. We did what we planned. So that's it. We programmed and planned exactly for what we're achieving. I'm really happy we successfully carried out this plan all year. Very satisfied.
The fans are worried. Can you give us a hint about Felipe's future?
Fan, there was nothing 2 minutes ago. Let's celebrate, guys. You had nothing not long ago. Now you have a Libertadores. We're tough. We're multiple-time Brazilian champions. Enjoy this today.
Winning everything.
I hope we keep being champions of everything. Of course. The despair of the detractors, those hypocritical idiots who know nothing. All right, thanks, President. Thanks to everyone from the land of drizzle too. Bye.
That's it. I realized it's been a long time since they've won anything there, huh? 4 years. Libertadores is in Rio.
But Rio soccer is worse? Yeah, it's all luck. Yeah, it's luck. It's not true. It's a lot of luck, luck. But guys, jokes aside, it's a huge joy to win a Brazilian soccer championship, an amazing tournament. It's rare to see a national championship with 3 big clubs competing until the end with so much excitement. The main South American Championship final between 2 top Brazilian teams. Brazilian soccer knows how to win this season. Brazilian soccer deserves congratulations.
As a fan, I was even talking before coming to the game today. You know, just fan talk in my opinion too. Flamengo is arriving at this Club World Cup in better physical shape than they did in 2019. I think we had some physical issues and stuff back then, but now I see a team that's in better physical shape. Set the president aside and share your Club World Cup expectations with the fans.
Look, we don't go into anything to lose absolutely nothing. And what have we competed in this year? I think we've proven that. And I think this Intercontinental Cup is an opportunity for us to show the world that our team, today our squad, is stronger than it was at the World Cup. I'll tell you, I think we're entering the Intercontinental Cup in better shape than we were for the World Cup. So let's go for it.
Not even done celebrating the Libertadores title, and you're already celebrating the Brazilian Championship.
There's no way here. There's no chance here. Always so many titles, so many things to win, so many games that you actually can't even celebrate. But that's the good thing about soccer, right? The good thing about soccer is that it gives you a lot of good things and sometimes a lot of ups and downs. But here we are winning again.
What do you think of these fans? Have you seen anything like this before?
No, I've never seen anything like it. That's how the whole Maracanã fights all the fans full of Flamengo supporters. They my strength. We should also celebrate with him because he truly deserves it.
Congratulations on the season. Thank you. I was with you there in Lima just now, and you were really emotional. You talked about your father there in the mixed zone. You barely had time to celebrate the Libertadores title before celebrating another. So, what does Flamengo mean to you, Rossi?
Is this what Flamengo is? It's wonderful to be part of Flamengo, to be part of Flamengo's history. We had to win the 2 most important titles of the year, the Super Cup. We also started the year with the Carioca. We were born with the competitors we faced. We won 4, and that's what we wanted. I chose to join Flamengo when I came here. It was to achieve important things, and I think this year we tried to win everything. We almost did, but we won 80% of the competitions we played in. And that's because of the group we have, because of those who started, because of those who finished. We can't forget about Gerson and Wells, too, who are also part of this title.
Congrats to me. You were the best in the Libertadores. Thank you. Varela, just a quick word. You were my top pick in the Copa Libertadores, and you haven't even finished celebrating 1 title before starting on the next. What is Flamengo in your opinion?
Flamengo is the biggest team in the Americas. They've been winning Libertadores, the Brazilian Championship, and the Brazil Cup for years. They've been in the top division for many years, and this year they also managed to make history. I think only in 2019 and one other time. I don't know how many years have passed, but it's a team that's been achieving a lot, so it's an honor for me to be here.
Fans are asking, and the world is ready for the World Cup again.
We are ready, but first we're going to rest for 2 days at least to get well prepared for this World Cup.
Did you imagine in such a short time coming to Flamengo and already making history by winning this double?
I always say that when you put on the Flamengo jersey, you can aim to win every title because you're at the biggest club. But I think it's been a very tough year, really tough, so I think we should be really happy. Anyone who wore the Flamengo jersey today can be proud. I think this group has made history. I think it can keep making history. And we've created something really, really beautiful in a short time. And that connection we have with the people is special, isn't it? It's special, and let's hope it lasts for a long time. No, because we know that right now this is very beautiful. We enjoy good times, but must stay connected during tough or negative moments. No, and I think we're doing a good job to achieve that. No, the feeling for Flamengo isn't mutual, no, because they see it as they live it. They live it differently from the rest, right? And the player has to understand how the people here in Rio, how the people in Brazil live Flamengo, right? And when you understand it, you become one of them and you manage to have a special connection, right? In good times, it's great, but in bad times, it's even better because they help you get through.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, title.
Thank you.